Did anybody else notice the paper covers rock situation right before they actually went into the game? That was goofy.
That's the best handshake.
Wow. Speaking of goofy, intriguing team composition. We're seeing the double Bayonetta that you touched on before, and like we said in the pregame analysis, it's going to be really important to be so mindful of your teammate space, primarily because Bayonetta combos just go everywhere.
Yeah, and it did work out for them at Shockwave Grapevine, where these two Bayonetta team did work because, I mean, you know, combos or not, Bayonetta's still the best character in the game and do stuff like that.
Oh, man.
And not another one.
I was ready for it.
I wasn't. I don't ever want that. But
that's 2 quick KOs in one quick KO. Very nearly 2. Iggy doing a great job just carrying off the top. And a whiffed punish opportunity there. Dakpo ends up F-smashing his teammate instead. I'm really curious to see how much of a factor the Dragon Pulse shot is going to be in this game. It's so good at stunning opponents, and I think that could potentially
Dakpo
set up for some situations. Yeah, it could set up some situations where maybe this red team could bring things back. Right now, Dakpo already on his last stock, really feeling that damage output, that ridiculous damage output that Bayonetta has. And with 2 Bayonettas on screen, the limitations of not having the best approach game definitely mitigated. Beautiful bite. That Dragon Fang shot setting up so perfectly with the stun into the bite. Cosmos starting to even this game up from a stock count, but has to be so cautious at 143. Which time that's going to be a stock.
Okay, so he's going for the combo. Not going to. He's going to get it because Bayonetta. Sorry, I forgot. Dakpo losing his last stock, so looking a little bit grim for Red Team, but they're going to obviously try to have to bring it back. I personally think, by the way, it's a little confusing that Iggy is using the Jean skin because it is red. Looks exactly like Zero Suit Samus, but I won't say anything.
No, I get it. It took me a second, too. That's why you sometimes look and you're like, oh, 2 stocks are gone. No, wait, nope. That's just... yeah,
it's just Iggy.
Just Iggy. Never mind.
Ooh, hitting both with the up B. So, touching on that Dragon Fang shot, I think that it's going to be a pretty big factor if Dakpo can keep Cosmos safe enough to where he can fully charge it and get both of those hits off. It is pretty brutal against Bayonetta as you want to try to use projectiles, and she can't use her Witch Time, and she will have to kind of slide in and neutral her way around it.
And when we talk about spatial awareness and respect, I think that's something that the...
Look at that!
Wow, perfect.
Look at
again, Dragon Fang shot coming into play, cutting up 2 stocks and making this even stocks. The one thing that we need to see from this red team going forward, though, is better spatial awareness. They need to be able to respect each other's threat zones, and they need to make sure that they don't get caught up in moments of friendly fire. We've seen some of the longer ranges that these characters have come into play for a negative benefit on the red team. We need to see only positives going forward, seeing as they are on their final limbs of these last stocks.
And that spatial awareness is going to be very difficult for them, because to win this match, they need to stay together. When Bayonetta's one-on-one against you, Bayonetta's still the best character in the game. She's still going to take you out brutally. And so I think if they want to turn this around in the future, they need to stick together, Dakpo and Cosmos. They need to stick together and try to, as you said, not get in each other's face, but get in Bayonetta's face.
I think a bit of miscommunication there on that edge sequence. Iggy going down to cover an early recovery with the Witch Time doesn't quite pander out in the way that he wanted it to. Cosmos in a 2v1 at a high percent, though that means Bayonetta is not going to be able to have access to those hard-hitting combos. But right there, beautiful.
Saved him.
A second usage is... You're right, it actually does end up saving him.
They can't... So what they forgot there is that Corrin can use her back air to recover towards the Sage. Could have gotten something off of that.
Wow, Cosmos actually fighting for his life at this moment. Beautiful shield, though, from AeroLink, trying to go for that final hit with that F-smash, maybe predicting an air dodge.
Yeah, they really need to get the stock off of Cosmos, because with the Rage, the Bat Within killed, and so fortunate that AeroLink was able to get that kill. But I think what you saw there is Cosmos using Corrin's spacing. Corrin can hit in front of and behind her almost all the time. And in a double situation, that's really good, especially against 2 people that are playing a single character combo-based character.
Those witch twists at the end, they really scared me. I will say, the first one, like you called out, that was enough to go and take the stock there. But the second one, a bit greedy. Cosmos made it back on the verge of the comeback, but AeroLink, I think, just did a good job of kind of holding his ground more than anything else, right? He did a great job of going up, putting up the shield, and understanding, you know what? Maybe you can take one of my teammates' stocks or get a hit on my teammate, but I know that at this kind of a percent, the free hit that I'm going to be able to get by being patient in this situation far outweighs this potential stock loss.
Yeah, they really needed that free hit to... they really needed that free hit so that anytime Cosmos went for a grab, which is pretty good for Corrin, anytime Cosmos got that grab, they understood that one of them needed to hang back so that they could get the punish on it after the throw, and that's how that game ended.
Now this is interesting. We're seeing Dakpo actually change characters towards Luigi. Now, while he won't have that same quick ground speed that a character like ZSS has, I think that this might lead to some more opportunities where you won't even need the bite aspect of that Dragon Fang shot to really, the Dragon Pulse shot to make the most of that stun that happens whenever the water connects. I could see some situations where maybe Dakpo can get a really great super jump punch, sweet spot it, and finish some stocks very early.
Yeah, Dakpo's still sitting pretty at 0% right now, and he's going to look to keep it that way. Luigi can stock tank, especially when Cosmos is able to go in. Like you saw at the end of that last game, Corrin can get in there in those 2v1s, and so Corrin's going to be the aggressor in this game. But look at that. First stock taken, Dakpo is at 1%.
1% and 2 stocks being gone already from this blue team. A complete turnaround, really. Iggy and AeroLink, they need to take a moment. They need to figure out what exactly is going wrong. It just might be the fact that since Dakpo is playing such a grab-oriented character, they're not going to be having as much access to Witch Time. Though, when you reflect on that last match, how much of a factor really was that option?
Whoa, Dakpo.
I have fond memories of PAX. Not a misfire, but you know what? We'll take it, I guess.
That was pretty good. So, unfortunate SD there. I believe it was an SD. So, I think what the dual Bayonetta team here has been doing is they've been seeing that Corrin's going in so aggressively that they want to go for her, not even realizing that, especially at the beginning of the game, Dakpo is just putting on a ton of damage using up smashes and, you know, neutral airs, up airs, all kinds of those big hitbox Luigi moves. Not quite the first stock. Okay.
Wow, that was almost gorgeous. They did like a handoff with Bayonetta. They're like, you know what? I'm done comboing Luigi. Why don't you take over from here?
I was just pausing for my stage direction there. Pause for stock.
In theory, that looked like the coolest option coverage I've ever seen, but somehow Dakpo and Cosmic Cosmos get around both of those heals. Now they're making work and actually putting iiGGY down to his last stock. AeroLink quick to join him as well. And we're noticing Dakpo here, even though he's playing such a floaty character like Luigi, he still is retaining that stock right there. That F smash, because it's treated as an article, it collides with the Cyclone and ends up making it so it's not an actual knockback-oriented hitbox.
I also wanted to point out that when Dakpo had, I don't know which Bayonetta it was in Shield, but when Dakpo had that Bayonetta in Shield, Cosmos decided to bait them out of Shield with a forward smash, and they said, basically their instincts were like, okay, they attacked me, I'm coming out of Shield, and Dakpo was right there with an up smash.
It's great positioning, I think. Even though Dakpo may have lost a bit of speed, his positioning here in this team's match is still so key. Not only on offense, on defense as well. You'll notice so many times if you go back in this game, Cosmic Cosmos will be getting in the middle of a Bayonetta combo. And what Dakpo will do is he'll just jump up, do something like a quick up air, and all of a sudden, what could have been a stock loss, or at the very least, a huge amount of percent gone. And just like that, the last stock from AeroLink gone. We're going on to Game 3. And again, iiGGY and AeroLink need to get back to the drawing board and figure out what went wrong in that game.
Yeah, in my opinion, bar none, the most important thing to do when you're playing against a dual Bayonetta team is to look out and see that your teammate is getting comboed and going, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that you're not going to get comboed anymore.
Final game between Dakpo and AeroLink. The winner here will, of course, be moving on to Winners Finals, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah, Winners Finals. Dakpo, really, really good teacher. Actually does a lot of, like paid coaching lessons for a lot of folks in our area. And he just has a lot of wisdom being, an old gen, being, I guess, that cerebral of a player. So him and Cosmos right now just taking a minute, trying to figure out everything that went right in that last strategy, and they just want to continue to capitalize on that.
Yeah. I think I had a thought. I totally lost it. So, AeroLink and iiGGY taking a while to deliberate on a choice. I do think Duck Hunt is a good choice just because Luigi kind of needs either platforms or low ceiling to kill off the top, and Duck Hunt doesn't really have either of those. Looks like that's where they're going to be going. I think it works for Bayonetta because she can land on that tree and extend her combos, and if you're on the left side of the stage, it's going to be pretty brutal.
It can be scary. I want to see how this pans out as well.
Maybe a character switch here. We are Rosalina.
Oh.
So this is absolutely the backup strategy, as AeroLink does not have a secondary anymore. He is a full-time committed Bayonetta player, and I think this is a good choice here because with the amount of open space above the stage and the high ceiling, iiGGY's going to be able to do a lot of juggling with that up there.
Definitely have some ways to mitigate some of the fireballs as well if we want to look at things like a gravitational pull, though I'm not sure how much of a factor that's going to be. Perhaps if it's a situation of Dragon Pulse shots as well as the fireballs, then maybe they could gain some benefit.
Well, if Red Team wants to win, they need to make sure that it's not a factor because Luigi does not want to go up against Rosalina. That is not a good matchup. And I think, if anything, they really need Corrin to go in against that Rosalina and let Luigi try to handle Bayonetta.
Yeah, I think Corrin's disjoints allow her to have a much easier time of dealing with Luma in particular.
Oh, sorry, it's Rosalina.
It's Rosalina. Dakpo tried to go for a really cheeky gimp and ends up losing the stock himself. It's going to be the first stock lost actually in this final game. Cosmos gets the grab onto iiGGY, but only to get scooped up again. Dakpo, the defensive positioning that we're seeing from him is preventing the long combos that AeroLink is hoping to pull off.
And AeroLink doing a good job of looking out for his teammate. He saw that iiGGY was about to get punished by something from Dakpo. So he went up there, got in Dakpo's face, and said, if you do anything, I'm hitting you. This could be bad.
Nice, I believe that was a neutral air, I think.
Was.
That actually took the stock. That's so intriguing. Usually you see up airs being the KO option.
All the hits of that downer. Actually does a lot of damage, but sometimes you just don't see all of it. And I think Cosmos just learned that you can't challenge that downer. Just can't.
It can be tough. Cosmos actually putting himself off stage, and wow, iiGGY, he smelled it. He saw the moment of opportunity, was a little slow to pull the trigger. And there, what we saw on stage left was Cosmos using that long range of the F smash to deal with Rosalina and dispatch Luma very quickly.
Yeah, this is looking very well in favor for Blue Team right now, up 5 stocks to 4, and Dakpo looking like he's in order to lose another one if he keeps fighting Rosalina here. So I think Red Team still needs to stick together a little more than they are. Ooh, unfortunate, absolutely getting killed directly because of that neutral B. So 4 stocks to 3. We're going to see how this goes.
Middle, you're going to be seeing more so on stage left. Dakpo getting the up smash, as well as his back throw. Now this is going to give the Red Team a good amount of stage control from this position. iiGGY able to weave out of the corner, very nearly getting the super jump punch. That sweet spot would have been enough to go and put AeroLink at just 1 stock. Would have been such a pivotal moment, I feel, for this Red Team.
Yeah, they're going to need to find a KO here really soon, and if not on Rosalina, which would be optimal, definitely on Bayonetta, because once she gets these high percents, she's at one of those weird weights where you don't really quite know how to combo.
And so smart. The way that the blue team is playing this, wow, but that handoff, absolutely perfect. Cosmic Cosmos in such a great position to capitalize off of that back throw.
And I think that back throw was even less of, hey, I'm throwing AeroLink to you. I think it was even more, I'm going to do this back throw because I got a hitbox all around me that iiGGY can't attack me with while I'm doing it. It bought him a couple extra seconds of safety. Also, AeroLink already at 104%. Where did the percent go?
Where did it come from? And where did that stock go?
Oh!
Cosmos on his
Gut
final
punch.
stock, and Dakpo off stage. Wow, AeroLink extending so
He got the
deep.
misfire, though!
That was such a crucial misfire. I don't think he would have been able to make it back, but right there, Cosmos again capitalizing off of the back throws that we're seeing from Dakpo. Down to the final stocks of this game.
It's dead even.
Yeah, maybe slightly in favor of this blue team from a percent standpoint. We see Cosmos and Dakpo, though, with a bit more control of the stage. All of a sudden, that's completely gone. We're back at a center stage situation.
Even if Red Team is able to take the stock off of Bayonetta very soon, it's still going to be difficult for them because it's Rosalina at 19%, and they're both, I mean, Dakpo's way past kill percent, and Cosmos is pretty close to her.
He's definitely living past his due date. That's for sure.
Yeah, they got to be very conservative with the stock here and work on that, those team combos. If they can get these team combos down, they won't have a problem.
And this is just such a tough moment for Iggy as well. We're noticing the thing that's been so present in this game is how quick Cosmic Cosmos deals with Luma.
And I think Dakpo, again, using that back throw as a safety net so that he couldn't get hit by Luma as he was throwing. Great F smash there, and Red Team able to clutch that out there at the end.
Dakpo and Cosmos will be advancing on to winners finals.
Winners finals.
Maybe grands. The way that they're playing today, I could definitely see them going the distance.
Yeah.